This is where it all begins. The plan is set. The work has begun. This isn't the future. This is now. No time for talking. It's time for doing.
Pops a three. Good!
These aren't your casual fans. These are Rutgers fans. People who stand by these leaders, who believe in these players, this community, this university. This is not just any basketball program. This is Rutgers basketball.
No screen, Baker, step back. Got it!
I'm Miles Johnson for Rutgers men's basketball, and I'm an electrical engineer.
Good to see Miles Johnson get that nice jump hook off the glass. Very skilled for a young big. Miles Johnson, the engineering student, figured out the formula on that one, but my defender hit to the bucket.
What did Steve Pike will tell us? He's got about a 3.6 GPA.
Right now I'm headed to probability and random processes. Walking around Bush, it's kind of fun. It's not like too noisy or anything. It's nice and calm. You know, I see a couple of my friends walking around here and there. Student body's nice. They're definitely supportive of anything. They have a lot of events, and if you need help or anything, they have a lot of tutoring sessions and whatnot. We do a lot of, in that class, we do a lot of like calculating statistics and percentage of probability of certain events and outcomes. The classes are great, you know, small class sizes, so you learn a lot. Teachers always help you out, and they always will stay after if you need help. After basketball's over, if I can still play, you know, playing is always going to be great, but if not, I want to be an engineer back at home in Silicon Valley. It's always been my dream to work up there for a big tech company.
My name is Randy Larson. I'm the Assistant Director of Academic Services, and I work directly with our men's basketball program as their academic advisor. I work with the student athletes on a variety of things, starting in the recruiting process, talking to recruits about everything that Rutgers has to offer from an academic perspective, and the resources that we provide the student athletes when they're here. We work with students on meeting all their graduation requirements, registration, career planning, major planning, just day-to-day things of how to make them successful in the classroom.
I tell you what, obviously academics are a huge part of this. If kids aren't eligible, if kids aren't where they need to be academically, they can't perform on the basketball court. Randy was here way before I got here and has done an unbelievable job. He had 10 players, 3.0 or better. We had 5 on the dean's list last semester. I mean, as good an academic institution as there is. So her job is vital, and she's as good as there is in the country.
Randy, she's very important to us. You know, she helps if you have any problems school-wise. She's always there to help you find a tutor if you're struggling, but she just makes sure that everyone's on top of their schoolwork.
Randy is super important to everybody on the team. You know, she makes sure that we're keeping track of our stuff. You know, if there's an assignment that we forget, you know, Randy's definitely not going to forget it, so stuff like that. But she's just a really good person, too. You know, she really cares about, she doesn't just care about you getting a good grade. She cares about how you're doing it, if you're doing it right, stuff like that.
My final destination and goal for each player is to make sure that they have the best Rutgers experience that they can have. Obviously, it's going to culminate with graduation. That's not an option. But that really they're taking this 4 or 5 years and embracing everything that Rutgers has to offer. All the resources, all the opportunities around campus, getting involved in other things outside of athletics, and just making sure that their experience overall is something that they'll never have regrets about.
Carter cutting, he has some ups. Mathis, yes. Underneath the bucket. Johnson, Harper feeding deep 3 for Baker.
We have to make this as tough a place as there is to play in the Big Ten, and the Big Ten is as tough a league you know, as there is in the country, the most fan attended for 42 straight years is Arlington. It's exciting to know that we're headed in that direction too with our fans here at the RAC.
The Scarlet Knights were fired up as they welcomed the Golden Gophers of Minnesota to the RAC. The fans were pumped up as well.
Opening tip underway. Gophers and Scarlet Knights, the 11th all-time meeting. Rutgers has size, and they have 3 guys in the 270 range that they can rotate into this game. They can use fouling as a strategy. Home court advantage is a big deal.
Especially when Geo Baker is lighting it up from downtown and finding the open man.
A lot of moves in the left hand, and Omoruyi ties the game at 7.
How about that, huh? That was nice.
Minnesota forged an early lead thanks to some solid outside shooting, but Rutgers picked up the intensity on defense, and it made a huge difference. On both ends of the floor, the action heated up, and sometimes tempers flared. It was the type of rugged battle between 2 hungry ball clubs.
He's got somewhere to do with it. Keeps fighting, and puts it in to beat the buzzer. Kiss knocks in the 3. McConnell on the drive. Off the glass and in. 4-point advantage, Rutgers. Gophers looking to end a 7-0 run. 2. Lost it in transition. Kiss to the bucket. Tap it in. Issa Sham. Timeout, Gophers.
After Rutgers put together a stunning 11-0 run, Minnesota answered with an 11-2 burst of its own to recapture the lead.
Back-to-back rough games. But today, maybe it feels like he's due. And Mathis is in transition again. Lands it off the back of the rim, and Rutgers back within a deuce. They know what's at stake. They know how big this game is for positioning. Omoruyi banks it in. Nice positioning, and he's rewarded with the 2. And that'll send us to the locker room with the Gophers up by 7.
When you were on the road and you were up 7 at halftime, you got to be pleased.
And if you're at home and down by 7, there's reason for urgency.
Be ready this half. Be ready this half, right? Come on. Now you got no fouls. Let's go. Come on.
This is a Rutgers team that has overcome adversity all year, a team that is never out of a game, a team that has learned to play from behind, a team that was ready to click on all cylinders in the second half against Minnesota at the RAC.
Now back in, Omoruyi using the rim beautifully to get Rutgers another deuce.
There it is.
This ball picked up by Baker. Defensive back thinking about a pick 6. Upper for 3. Big shot by the freshman. Timeout, Minnesota.
Rutgers started playing with passion.
With Ethan Happ, Bruno Fernando, and Jordan Murphy, who's a little bit more of a struggle today. Baker on the break. Mathis lays it in, and an opportunity for the lead at the line.
3 times in a row, Minnesota players driving into a crowd and coughing it up.
Johnson backing down. Curry goes to the hook shot. Back to the left. Omoruyi. He's shown the left and the right. But Dorson sends it into the media members.
Omoruyi was a force to be reckoned with and came within 1 rebound of a double-double.
Omaruri. Mathis in front.
Energy in the building. Helps defense.
Got some space. The step back and the triple. Got O'Toole on him. Into the corner. Mathis the triple.
Big time. Big, big, big time.
Baker on the drive. Kalsher dribbling. Baker in clutch situation ties it up. And he's got Kalsher on him playing with 4 fouls. The step back. The three. Clutch.
This game would be a classic Big Ten tussle with 9 ties and 12 lead changes, and both teams understood this one would go down to the wire.
Rutgers defends home court and knocks off Minnesota 68-64. 6 conference wins for the Scarlet Knights, and after they've been oh so close, they get Minnesota at home.
You played, man. We were in a tougher team. We took it at them. Got to the rim, got to the rack. We played Rutgers basketball. Together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Together. Good job, good job, good job, good job.
Come cheer on the women as they battle in Big Ten play. Join us for this historic season at the Rack. Get your tickets at scarletknights.com. Rutgers entertained Wisconsin at the Rack without head coach C. Vivian Stringer, who has taken a leave of absence to rest on the advice of doctors. Tim Eatman will serve as the acting head coach. Stringer hopes to return healthy for the postseason. Still, the RU women were ready to carry on.
3 games to go in the regular season. Rutgers has taken care of business all season long at home. They want to make sure that stays the same through the end of the slate.
Arella Garantes pulls up for the jumper and hits. So Rutgers off to a sparkling start, and the Scarlet Knights lead it 4-0. Just 30% from three-point range, and that shot put up and in nicely by Marcia Howard. Now goes in the corner. Mack takes the baseline, and then Peleg Pelk for 3. Noga Peleg Pelk fires from downtown. Side Peleg Pelk. Now you're down to 8 on the clock. Stops, pops, yes. Noga Peleg Pelk heating up from outside.
Tough shot to hit too. You got Carlos, who's 6'2", all over you.
And Wisconsin having all kinds of trouble with the Rutgers pressure.
The Scarlet Knights were all over the Badgers from the get-go to take a comfortable lead in the first quarter. Tim Eatman was animated on the sidelines, and why not? His defense employed relentless pressure throughout. They smothered Wisconsin and simply locked down the Badgers. No wonder why Rutgers has held opponents under their scoring average in 26 out of 27 games this season. The tireless effort confirmed the pride and passion of this ball club.
Gives to Broughton for 3. Yes, Zippy Broughton hits a 3. Dishes inside. Victoria Harris with a turnaround jumper. Inside Wallace, double teamed, outside Calhoun. Mack open for 3. Takia Mack drills a 3-pointer. It's a 15-point lead for the Scarlet Knights, up 38-23. Zippy Broughton picks the pocket. Dishes in the corner. Giles gets a hold of it and scores. Mael Giles puts it in just before the buzzer. A strong first half for the Scarlet Knights.
It was a ferocious first half performance, and it carried over to the second half.
1, 2, 3, defense!
But Rutgers forced 14 turnovers, got 18 of their 40 points, almost half from those 14 turnovers. And so Rutgers will try to continue that with a 55 press. Well, in a statement put out when C.B. Stringer's leave of absence was announced, she said, "I wouldn't be able to do this without trusting my 3 assistants, Tim Eaton, Kelly Gibson, and Nadine Doman. They've put together a wonderful game plan for this one."
Jump shot off the back rim doesn't go. Ball knocked around, picked up by Rutgers. Harris up ahead to Mack. Takia Mack ahead of the field, lays it up and in. From a Rutgers perspective, a game the Scarlet Knights need to have. They must have this game if they have any hopes really of getting into postseason play later on down the road. This is nearly a must-win here at the Rec.
It is, because for Rutgers, you look at the Big Ten tournament, the Scarlet Knights want a double bye. They've been one of the top teams in the Big Ten up until this point. You don't want that to drop off at the very end. Rutgers needs to win at least 2 of its final 3 games to clinch a double bye in the Big Ten tournament, which is humongous. Just skip the Wednesday and Thursday play. Rutgers with a win here, you just need to get 1 of 2 against Minnesota and Ohio State.
Rutgers continued to cruise the rest of the way to a 20-point victory, their 19th win of the season. They out-rebounded their opponents by 11 and held the Badgers to 2 for 11 from three-point land. These women played their game without their head coach on the sidelines, and they made her proud. And they made the Rutgers faithful proud. And that's what it's all about. That's what Coach Stringer's teams do. They play the right way. They play with commitment and conviction. And no matter what adversity these players encounter, expect this team to be strong to the end.
The energy that you brought, the effort that you played with, Coach would have been so proud of you. I know she would have been so proud of you for the way you played. I'm so proud of our effort. We moved the basketball, we shared the basketball, everybody played. We had great faces. Yep. Great faces tonight. That was awesome. Good eye work, but I'm just saying, we can do special things, but we all gotta do it together. Yep. And we all got, this journey is okay. This journey's fine. As long as we decide where we're trying to go and when we want to get there, is what we gotta do. We can't keep talking about it, we gotta be about it, okay? Yes. I'm so proud of you.
Life is about how you do and how you perform during adversity, not during easy times, right? You face a little adversity, right? We've got coach, we've got some things that we face, all right? I could not be more prouder of this group. I'm proud of you every day.
Proud of you guys. Team on 3, family on 6. 1, 2, 3. Team 4, 5, 6, family.
I'm Gio Baker. I'm a sophomore, and I'm from Darien, New Hampshire.
Gio Baker with a pretty reverse. Gio Baker is going to operate. Step back. Got it. Minutes lately had the early bucket, and he's defending Baker here, and Baker takes him to school with a crossover 3.
Basketball started for me when I was about 7 years old. It was actually me and my next-door neighbor. He was the only child, and I was the only child, and we were just really competitive with each other like brothers. And I was actually really good at soccer, but then I saw him start playing basketball, and it made me want to play.
Gio Baker to the rim with the answer.
I think I realized I could play Division I basketball as a sophomore in high school. I started getting a little bit of offers. I started realizing that I was pretty good, so I think that's when I realized it. The team is great, number one, but I think that one of the big things that we say in every break is family. And that means a lot to all of us. We don't just say that just to say it. I think that this team has really become a family as we've been sticking together for this past year. Coach Michael's a really intense dude. He hates to lose, and I think that's one of the good things about him. I think that trickles down to the players a lot and encourages us to get better. Coach Michael's just a really nice dude off the court. He cares about everybody. I think one of the big things about him is that he's always checking in on our academics as well.
Another double. Yep. Baker for 3.
What a move. Spectacular by Gio Baker.
The whole coaching staff is really good, especially for me. I saw that a bunch of the coaches played point guard in college, so they played point guard at a very high level, so that helped me a lot. And, you know, they all really care for you. They all check in. They all willing to get shots up with you, so I think that's a really good thing about them. I'm learning something from all the adults in my life right now. You know, they're teaching me great life lessons, and I think that's only going to help me down the road. The RAC is a, you know, everyone says it's a really hard place to play at if you're a visiting team, and, you know, that's something that's going to help us in the long run. You know, I think it's going to help us in Big Ten play, and we just got to make sure to keep it loud. The Riot Squad is great. You know, they really get the student base going, I think. You know, they're always making sure that there's people in the stands, and, you know, they support us a lot, and, you know, we're going to win some games because of that, so appreciate it. I picked Rutgers over the other schools just because when I took my visit, I really loved it. I loved the staff's vision of the program, and I really loved the atmosphere of the campus. If a recruit was sitting next to me, I would tell him that he should pick Rutgers, not only because what we're doing right now, but how it's going to be in the future. I think that one of the big things about Coach Peichel is he has a great vision, and any recruit should be able to buy into that vision.